potentially huge news in the relegation zone inside the Premier League. And I think this is potentially devastating for Newcastle United. Kieran Trippier has broken his foot. He scored in Sunday's win against Aston Villa, and it's his second goal, and he's been deeply influential already. Eddie Howe said that he got stamped on, and he's fractured the 5th metatarsal in his left foot, and he could be sidelined for quite a while. And already he's scored in successive games against Everton and Villa, and Newcastle have started to pick up some form. He was also captain for the last match, and Newcastle have picked up 10 points in the last 4 league games, and they're now 4 points above the relegation zone. Now, if they carry on in that form, relegation isn't going to be an issue, but he's been an integral part of that climb out of the relegation zone, and they really need to keep on winning. And this has come at a bad time, and it's really difficult to recover from metatarsal injuries. Obviously, we famously had it with Beckham and Rooney, and they're just really difficult injuries, especially for a football player that actually kicks the ball. I don't know if he's going to have to go under the knife, or if it's just a case of leaving it, but he could be weeks and weeks out injured, and this is a big player. Bear in mind, Trippier is a pretty underrated player in England. His delivery is exceptional, he's a set-piece specialist, and he would be a source of assists from the right flank, make no mistake about it. Huge experience, playing in major tournaments, and it's a massive loss for Newcastle. And could this drag them back into relegation issues? Now, Dan Burns started well, Wood is pretty solid up there, but this could drag them back in. And actually, it's a really exciting relegation fight this season. You thought that Norwich were gone, and it looks like they're back up there. Burnley have got quite a few games in hand. They're not really picking up points. But you've got, obviously, Watford, to me, look gone. But Hodgson's there, and they could start to eke out some wins. But I think Watford are probably gone. But the rest of them, I'm not really sure. Brentford could get dragged into it. Everton won this weekend, but they are pretty close as well. So Newcastle really could get dragged back in there. If you have 1 or 2 teams around you who start winning, as Newcastle have seen, you can push, you can get a bit of a buffer zone. But I think that Norwich could win matches. Obviously, they played against City, they lost 4-0. It's just everyone loses to them. So I think this could have a massive bearing upon what happens, and also injuries as well. Like, Newcastle have signed some good players, but 1 or 2 more injuries, and they've got the same players that got them into the relegation issue. So it's going to be interesting, but Trippier's injury is no doubt a disaster for Newcastle. But let's see what happens. They'll probably have enough to stay up, but this has not happened at a good time for them.